So next week is the official date of the U.S. election, Tuesday, next Tuesday, and they've already started doing, early ballot access. They've done mail-in votes and whatnot. But there's a bit of troublesome with these early access ballots because apparently they've been set on fire. I kid you not. Good-hearted, voting spirit right there. So, official Charlie Ward show points out voters who dropped off ballots at this location at the Fisher's Landing Transit Center after 11 a.m. Saturday need to contact the election auditor's office immediately for a new ballot. And he gives the number there. And then he says, breaking, ballot boxes in Clark County, Washington was lit on fire. Hundreds of ballots were reportedly inside at the time. And here's some of the video here. This actually happened. So there they are emptying the ballots that were dropped off at this location in the middle of nowhere, which I don't understand that. Why? Why would they do it out in the middle of the street there? Would it not make more sense if they did it in a building? Would it not make more sense if they did it just directly at a post office or event center or arena or community center? Like, there's hundreds of buildings you could probably use. But no, let's put it on this just random street so that anyone could do anything to these ballots. That's how important this election is, folks. That's how important it is. Look at that. Look at that. All that time wasted to figure out a name and it's already burnt up in flames. I mean, I guess it's kind of symbolic, really. Kind of symbolic on the sham of American democracy burning up in flames. So, the AP even reported this out. Fires set in drop boxes destroy hundreds of ballots in Washington and damage 3 in Oregon. And they say that incendiary devices were set off Monday at 2 ballot drop-off boxes, one in Portland, another in nearby Vancouver, Washington, destroying hundreds of ballots in what one official called a direct attack on democracy about a week before a heated election day. The early morning fire at the drop box in Portland was extinguished quickly thanks to a suppression system inside the box as well as nearby security guard, police said, and just 3 ballots were damaged in there. So that's a good thing, but again, I don't know why why is it outside when you know that it's going to be tampered with, when you know that someone could set it on fire, there's so many things to this. But within a few hours, another fire was discovered at a transit center drop box across the Columbian River in Vancouver. Vancouver is one of the biggest cities in Washington's 3rd congressional district, the site of which is expected to be one of the closest U.S. House races in the country between first-term Democrat Representative Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez and Republican challenger Joe Kent. The ballot box in Vancouver also had a fire suppression system inside, but that failed to prevent hundreds of ballots from burning, said Greg Kimsley, the longtime elected auditor in Clark County, Washington, which includes Vancouver. He urged voters who dropped their ballots in the transit center box after 11 a.m. Saturday to contact his office for a replacement ballot. Heartbreaking, Kimsley said. It's a direct attack on democracy. The office will be increasing how frequently it collects ballots and changing collection times to the evening, Kimsley said, to keep the ballot boxes from remaining full of ballots overnight when similar crimes are consistently more likely to occur. The county also decided late Monday to hire workers through a staffing agency to monitor all of its drop boxes 24 hours a day until the election is over, Kimsley said. The workers will have instructions to simply observe the ballot boxes and not confront anyone. Instead, they will call 911 if they see anything suspicious, he said. Again, all this could be resolved if you had it inside. Just have it inside the post office. Have it inside an arena. Have it inside anywhere. Just not on a street where you know there's going to be heavy crime. Like that's the dumbest thing I've heard. Ballot drop boxes have faced increasing criticism from Republicans and have been the focus of baseless right-wing conspiracy theories in recent years, tied to former President Donald Trump's lie that the 2020 election was stolen from him. An Associated Press survey of state election officials across the U.S. found that there are no widespread issues with drop boxes in 2020, and none that could have been affected the results. So I love how they allude now to obviously making a shot at Trump and saying that, oh, it's related to the 2020 election theory that was stolen from him and all of his lies and rhetoric towards that. But if you look at 2016, which there's video proof of it, there's a whole legal case towards that in Florida. A guy by the name of Tim Canova, who was running in that district, they deliberately tampered with the ballot boxes. And it has been known, it has been official. They've been caught red-handed. The Democratic Party has been caught red-handed. And the lady, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, was forced to apologize on the fact that it was tampered with, that her organization tampered with early ballot access to prevent Tim Canova. And none of that ever gets addressed. None of that gets addressed in any of these scenarios. But the minute that someone calls this out, they are immediately associated with Donald Trump's lie that 2020 was stolen from him, which is amazing. You can't even mention 2020 in conversation. You can't mention any criticism about 2020. You can mention about 2016. You could say that's an illegitimate election, that 2016 was rigged, but you can't mention 2020. Which makes you question a lot of things. The minute they prevent you from asking questions, that's where you should raise your eyebrows at something. So 6 states have banned ballot boxes since 2020. Arkansas, Mississippi, Missouri, North Carolina, South Carolina, and South Dakota. According to research by the Voting Rights Lab, which advocates for expanding voter access, other states have restricted their use, including Ohio and Iowa, which now permits only 1 drop box per county, according to Brennan Center for Justice. Washington and Oregon, which are both vote-by-mail states, have long used ballot drop boxes. Authorities say that at a news conference in Portland that enough material from the incendiary devices was recovered to show that the 2 fires Monday were connected, and that they were also connected to an October 8th incident when an incendiary device was planted at a different ballot box in Vancouver. No ballots were damaged in that incident. Surveillance images captured a Volvo pulling up to a drop box in Portland, Oregon, just before security personnel nearby discovered a fire inside on the box on Monday. Portland Police Bureau spokesperson Mike Brenner told a news conference the incendiary devices were attached to the outside of the boxes. And all I could say, and I'll reiterate this again, how stupid can they be to put these boxes, to put these mail-in boxes out on the streets of these crime-ridden cities where they know there's going to be tampering? Like, they're either that stupid, that incompetent, or maybe there's something to it. Maybe they want to do it purposely. Maybe it's to discourage the legality of the election process. It's literally many things to question on this. Why would they deliberately put these posts when literally they could just do it inside? They could literally just do it inside. That's what we've been doing for many years. Any voter early access here in Canada, whether being, federal, provincial, or municipal, it's always been inside. It's always been indoors. You get your, mail-in identification. You put that towards the volunteer that's going to give you the ballot, and then you go and write your ballot, and then you put it into the system. Like, it's all inside. It's all protected. We don't leave it outside for God knows what to occur. And then go, oh, well, it caught fire. How crazy that is. I don't know. I literally I don't know. I don't know why they're doing this. Does it make it easier for them to possibly rig it? Is that what they're getting at? Is that why they continuously do these stupid measures? Because just even on the surface of it, just sounds stupid. It's ridiculous. And the fact that these drop boxes on top of everything else, it's making the process longer. Like, you look at other countries, and they're able to figure out who the leader is. They're able to count all the ballots within a day, even less than a day. There's countries out there that can easily rack up all the ballots within an hour. And yet somehow in a place like America, they have to wait almost 4 or 5 days to count all these ballots. And some of these ballots don't even get counted properly. So there's so much confusion. It's so much confusion. And maybe it's just confusion purposely so that, it undermines the value of your vote. Maybe that's it. It undermines the whole value of waiting in line, putting your candidate's name on there and deciding who best represents you and putting into this ballot box. Because if it's going into a ballot box that's in a crime-ridden city, like, your vote just basically disappeared. It's gone. Because God knows what will happen to it. If it gets stolen, if it gets tampered with, if it catches on fire, or God knows what. So, wow. Good to know we're in the spirit of things. And it's only, October 29th? Like, I can't wait till next Wednesday when I guess the purge will be starting. Because right now, whoever wins this, and hopefully we'll do some sort of live stream coverage the night of, and I'll stay as much time as possible if it goes into middle of the night. But God only knows what's going to happen. I mean, they're already trying to get psychiatrists onto network TV to calm down half the nation. I kid you not. It's not hyperbole. Like, they're getting psychiatrists on there so that if Kamala wins, then the MAGA people will have someone to console with. And if Donald Trump wins again, then the Kamala supporters, the liberal and the Democrats, have someone to consult with and hopefully not end in a purge situation. Wow. That says a lot about what's happening.